Hi folks, this is Dime a Dozen number 100. We have won the die roll, playing in a two-man queue, and basically we're here trying to unlock some achievements. So we're going to keep this. One of the possible achievements we have is making 100 creatures, and gaining 100 life is the other one. I don't think we're going to be able to generate 100 mana or deal 100 damage, though I guess technically we could. And this is the first time I've played this list, so I have no idea if it's close to being good. It looks like we're going to be playing against some type of exhume strategy, which might be just a little bit more unfair, a little bit more degenerate than we are. Forest is a little strange, but we're going to be getting a forest of our own. Our singleton forest. And we're probably just going to cast Raise the Alarm. I think we can actually do it main phase since he is a counterspell deck. Just cast it as a Krenko's command. I mean, I'm not sure we want to... Ooh. Oh, so he's Madness. So he could have something like Vapor Snag, which would make casting Presence of Gond on a soldier token bad. He could also flash in a free Basking Root Walla, so that's something to consider. And Evolving Wilds. So I think we can just probably bash in for 2 here. I'm not too interested in putting the Presence of Gond on a soldier token. So, I mean, if he wants to discard and trade, he can. I don't think he will. Now the hope is that we can draw into a Midnight Guard fairly quickly, or just find Battle Screech would be great. Just find some more token production. He could, well, I was going to say if he gets up to 3 mana, he could start casting Arrogant Worms, but he's not quite there yet. So now he's just deciding if he wants to attack. No, he's just going to stay back. So because the board is so shut down, Presence of Gond is an option, but I think we'll just play Field and Gather the Townsfolk here for the time being. Oops. Clicked on the wrong thing. And then maybe next turn we can attack, but probably not. He's probably going to instant speed, throw Arrogant Worms at us, so we might just want to leave Presence of Gond up. Leave our guy up with Presence of Gond activation, rather. He's also leaving up Counterspell and Circular Logic, so... So, clearly representing Arrogant Worm, which means we would be suiciding one of our tokens. But we could sneak in Presence of Gond on our own token. Raise the Alarm's also a consideration. Yeah, I guess we actually just suicide all the tokens in, and then we cast Raise the Alarm while his mana is down. As you can see, this doesn't synergize all too well with the rest of our game plan. And he can attack for a lot of damage just out of nowhere. He can attack for 10 damage. Yeah, so we're going to lose a guy and then take some damage on the return potentially. We have Journey to Nowheres for this matchup, but not a lot else. Relic of Progenitus might be good if he's playing Nimble Mongoose and Werebear. It's okay against Circular Logic, I suppose. Yeah, so I'll just cast Raise the Alarm here. For the same reason, he's a counterspell deck and his mana is all tapped, so we might as well just force it through while we can. There's not much upside to doing it at instant speed. Game 1, he might not be able to deal with this blitz. Okay, well, that's definitely one way to do it. And he's clearly representing counterspell here. We may just have to gang block. I think we're actually on the defensive now. Our attacks aren't really great. Yeah, I think because he's representing counterspell now anyway, we'll just raise the alarm on his turn and try and do some trading. The toughness boosting is pretty valuable here. Okay, he got some of the flood out of the way. Yeah, so he's counterspell and one unknown, or maybe circular logic. Alright, let's see what happens here. It's probably getting countered. Okay, it didn't get countered, but we don't have enough guys to stop both of his creatures, so we'll just, I guess, kill this one, because if he has a way to get it back, it'll be slightly harder for him to recast, so I'll just put everybody on there. Wish there was a faster way to do this, but there is not, so just leave it like that. So he can do what? Kill one token? It's actually not a great attack. So we traded a token for a card. I think that's really good for us. And just passes. So maybe he has a second Arrogant Worm. There's a Fortify. So if he can block 3 of them, he takes 9. And we're at 12, which means if he does flash in Arrogant Worm, we lose quite a bit of stuff. So maybe we just pass, or we just go for Presence of Gaunt. I'm actually okay going for the Presence of Gaunt to try and break this board. And it's almost certainly going to eat a counterspell. But this would be a way to break the board stall. And it's not entirely a 2-for-1 if he kills the token, because the token was only half of a card to begin with. So I have 5. Yeah, no, we'll just chill. Okay, there's a Merfolk Looter, and his last card is probably a counterspell. But we have the board kind of locked down. So I could try for another Presence of Gaunt. Which probably will get countered, but I think I'm going to do it anyway. Yep, so that's his third counterspell. So he's not too likely to see another one. Although he does have Merfolk Looter on his side. So we're just like a token producer away from having a lethal Fortify. Well, not that lethal, but so it's probably a land. Well, maybe not. Okay, let's go here. And we'll pass. It's not great that he gets Merfolk Looter to stay online for a while, but for now we can live with it. Pretty close to being able to kill. I mean, a Battle Screech or a Squadron Hawk would be really sick. We are ahead by 2 minutes. We're not very close to achieving any achievements. 5 mana is Mold Drifter, or was another Delve guy? 4 mana. Yep, another Delve guy. And we need to set the auto yields here. This is going to be good for us. Alright, we're not doing too bad. Another Presence of Gaunt. Yeah, I don't see why not. Let's just try it again. Alright, here we go. So, we're favored to win this game now, I would say. Okay, I mean, this is certainly a game changer for him. It's going to be very good to be able to filter that much. Alright, this is sick. So we're not far off from just being able to Alpha Strike and kill. We have 2, 6. I think we just need to wait a few more turns here. He has 4 blockers currently. So let's just hang in there for a minute. This thing is pretty useful against his deck because he doesn't have very good removal here. Okay, there's a Basking Root Walla, so 5 blockers that we know about. But I'm gaining life here. I mean, we're probably not looking to get to 100, but maybe I'll stay in the game long enough to make 100 guys. Maybe that's what I'll do. There's a Squadron Hawk. Yeah, I don't see why not. Maybe we can make 100 guys. No, we can put him away next turn if this resolves. So that's 6. We cannot pay for that, so... Okay, so... 7 attackers to 5 blockers. We're still a ways away. We need 6 to get through. I don't think we should even bother with trying to get 100 guys this game. I mean, he's making bigger and better creatures than we are, so we can't necessarily just sit on our laurels and assume we're going to win. Yeah, his guys are very big. The Lumathread fields are a big part of why we're able to survive this. Did he not cast it? He messed up. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, so he's just going to concede there. We don't get any achievements, but we do achieve a victory. That's relevant. So, wow, I'm not sure how we're supposed to make adjustments. Having stuff on the ground was not all that impressive for us. So, I think Gather can go. We definitely want some number of Journey to Nowhere. We're trying to get the combo, so I don't feel like boarding out of it is correct. Or boarding out of these guys. Which means... But the rest of our deck gets a lot worse if we just sit around. Maybe I cut 2 Fortify. That Fortify didn't do anything for us that game. And we bring in 2 Relics and 2 Journeys. This cuts down Circular Logic, and if he has... Yeah, maybe I'm not too interested in 2 relics. I'd rather have a 3rd journey. And this cuts down circular logic, and if he's playing any threshold guys, it's going to be good there too. We didn't see any, but he probably has some, I think. Okay, let's try that. We're going to be on the draw, which could be bad. He keeps 7. No, I'm not sure. He plays first. We're definitely keeping our hand. Okay, this could be interesting. We have turn 2, raise the alarm once more. Alright, so I'm actually going to play Soul Warden turn 1. It's not very likely we need a green source on turn 3, so we can screw up our mana development a little bit. And this could be the beginning of 100 life. You never know. So, okay. Let's see what's going on here. Wild Mongrel's never fun. Maybe we should just kill that. I think we should. It's an enabler for him. It's a huge creature that we just don't want to see. So we can take away some of his synergies and his attack potential. That was kind of weird. The sound, you guys didn't hear it because I have headphones on, but one of the sound effects was off. It made the sound of what happens when a creature enters the battlefield, like what just happened, but it did it right before my attack. Okay, so Wild Mongrel, which means we can raise the alarm first, or Squadron Hawk. Squadron Hawk's less threatening of a presence, but it's a better card overall to resolve. He has the ground kind of gummed up anyway, so, and we can get all 3 and then play Selesnya Guildgate. Alright, getting into the air is going to be very good for us. And of course, no attacks. So we are going to get beat down a little bit. If he does sort of tap out this turn, we get Battle Screech, which is really good. Yep, we just have to take this damage. He might get an Arrogant Worm online. I think the Soul Warden will kind of make the difference though for us. Overall, meaning we'll take damage, but it gets severely mitigated by Soul Warden. Okay, so it looks safe for us to Battle Screech here. He's going to be able to attack for a lot of damage, but I think we just have to accept that. We even get to attack with the Squadron Hawk. Because he's not blocking. Down to 2 cards with the Merfolk Looter is part of the equation, which is pretty rough for us, I would say, overall. Gaining a ton of life here. What the heck's going on? Alright, there it is. Yeah, it looking like we can safely race. I mean, he might have something like Echoing Truth or Aerial Volley, or what else could he have in this position? Something like Fade Away, I'm really not sure. I'm not sure he'd be playing any of those things. Yeah, so there's no whoa, he didn't attack? I think that was just a misclick. He's got 2 pretty good attacks on the ground, and these things can't block because our creatures have flying, so I don't know why he would just leave that back. Okay, so that seemed like just a complete waste of a turn. He didn't even loot. Very awkward. So I think first things first, we'll just try and crack him for 5 in the air. Maybe he has something that's gonna get us, but I'm just here racing, guys. And then I think I'm gonna bait with another Squadron Hawk. If it does not resolve, or does he have a flyer? Okay. Alright, so I guess we don't have to bait, we can just do our thing. Yeah, nothing's going to the graveyard. So we don't have to worry about circular logic. So I'll cast Raise the Alarm first, in case he has days, and then I'll cast the Squadron Hawk, and I'll play my tapped land. 32 life. Not quite 100, but it's still a lot. Deep Analysis. So if we draw a relic off the top, that would be cool. Yeah, he's in dire straits. I would also like just to have a Lumen Thread field around in case he does have some kind of sweeper, but right now he's not looking too good. There's another Battle Screech. I mean, we're in a very favorable position. I'm not even sure we want to give up the Battle Screech here. I mean, we'll definitely attack for 6 in the air. I guess we got to put some presence down because we want to have a lethal attack next turn. And he can circular logic for 1. So I guess I'll just play the 2 Squadron Hawks. And then if he has some way of wrathing the air, we can refill with the Battle Screech after that. He's at 8, so this is 8 dudes. Yeah, but circular logic won't do it. I just pay 1. Okay, he discarded a Wild Mongrel. Okay, drawing 3. I'm not sure what his drawing again, so he's really desperate here. Looks like we're gonna get the victory most likely, but no achievements. Discards another Deep Analysis. Now he could have some type of fog effect. Oh, what is this? Echoing Truth. Nope, going to 2 life. Echoing Truth will not save him now. Nor will Aerial Volley. So I'm not sure what other outs he could have here. And that is the first match. So we ended up winning on our first outing with that Presence of Gond list, but we didn't make 100 of anything. So I hope it was enjoyable to watch regardless. So thank you guys for watching. Well, we're back here with Dime a Dozen, number 100. We are on the draw. We're going to keep this hand. Got some combo pieces, got some life gain, so we might be able to get some achievements. But I'm really not sure. The opponent could be something just really fast and unforgiving. Tron is probably a terrible matchup, so. But we're going to see what we can do. He might not have a lot of interaction with this combo piece, so that could be something going for us. Oh, and he missed a land, so maybe we can make it happen. He may end up conceding too quickly, though. And we have yet to even find the combo piece, so. And we want to fetch away a basic lands in hope that we don't draw it. Draw any more lands, that is. Okay, so we know this is somewhat of a more traditional Tron list from the looks. He's probably going to kill something. Oh, he's saving it. That's not good for us because that means he's saving probably a Flame Slash for the Midnight Guard. But we have 3 of them now, so we might as well just start chucking them out there. Alright, let's get in the pocket and swing for 2. And now start making some moves. And we want to set this up as well. he's probably gonna send a flame slash at this guy. But right now our position is not too bad if he keeps missing lands and stuff. Okay, never mind. He's not doing any of that. But he's real precious about keeping this because it's his only source of color, so maybe that'll be good. It looks like he might be throwing a Seagate Oracle. Oh, never mind. He's now got the Prism, so he's very much in this game. He's all squared away at this point, and ooh. Well, I'm gonna attempt this, but I wanna ask him if I want to see if he'll let me, meaning he doesn't concede. Oh, he's gonna let us do it. This is perfect. So we'll play our tapped land. We're just gonna do it now. We're gonna make 100 guys and gain 100 life. Yeah, he's gonna let us do it. That's very nice of him. Alright, this is perfect, guys. So now we need to set up a bunch of auto yields. I hope that I don't break my wrist clicking through all of this. Shoot. And I have to stack the triggers. Okay. Okay, so this is gonna get real boring, but this is how you achieve stuff in life, guys. Alright, it's not that bad. It's just he needs to F6 through the turn. It'll go a lot faster. Okay, cool. So I think we're gonna live the dream here. I didn't think this through all the way when I endeavored to do this because this is gonna take a ton of clicking. This might take us 10 minutes to finish. And he should just F6, I feel. Yeah. I don't know if he has yet or not. Oops, come on. My clicking accuracy is not too good. Maybe I can move the stack. No, I think we'll just leave it where it is. Alright, this is happening, guys. So, gain 100 life and make 100 guys. We got 2 for the price of 1 here. Maybe. I mean, he might just get sick of this and concede, but he really should just F6. I gotta at least get to 100 life. The guys, I mean, couldn't care that much about, but the 100 life is a must. I think both will happen for us. We're getting 2 life at a time, so that means we basically only have to do this 20 something more times. Maybe making 100 guys is a little too ambitious. This is gonna be our only. This might be our only chance to do it, though. So maybe I'll just try and make it happen. This is 20, so we still have 5 times the amount of clicks to go. But I do want to get to 100 life. Okay, so we're still doing this, as you can see. Almost to 100 life. It's so close I can taste it. Even 76 life. I'm not sure I've gotten that much life. You know, I'm sure I have at some point, but it's just not a regular occurrence. It's not something. So we're already at almost at 30 guys. Man, 100 guys? Oh, he conceded before we could even get to 100 of anything. Yeah, I was a little worried that was going to happen. But we did win the game. That's always something. So, this is going to be tricky because he's going to have cards like Rolling Thunder. He's probably going to have Electrickery. He's probably going to have huge creatures like Ulamog's Crusher. Man, we were so close to 100 life. So I think the things we want to consider are Hallow as a way to counter a burn spell, such as Rolling Thunder, Electrickery, or any spot removal, and Journey to kill a fat guy. But we also just want to kill him before any of that happens. So there is a chance I just don't change anything. So we want all the token producers because we need to get on the board quickly. We want the Fortifies for a fast kill. And then these are all of our achievement conditions. So I don't think we have the liberty to cut them. I think we actually just leave as is. Maybe I play a couple Hallows though. I just don't know what I could cut. I'll cut 2 Gathers. I'm a little reluctant about that, but and yeah, we can keep this hand. Luminthread Field's a big deal. Well, I don't think we can talk him into letting us combo off since we know he's already not going to let us do it the first time, so I guess we'll just chill out. And I may even just cast the Luminthread Field first and foremost. So I'm kind of most interested in that resolving. Though getting on the board is important too. So maybe I'll cast Squadron Hawk. Yeah, I'll definitely cast Squadron Hawk now. We can only pick up 1 Hawk. That's okay. We need some kind of pressure. Maybe we get 2 Hawks and we get the Battle Screech in the graveyard. I actually think I want to do that. So I want to get the fastest Air Force possible. So what'll happen is, even if we don't hit 4 lands, we can get that Battle Screech pretty soon. I mean, I am going to cast the field next turn. So I don't want him to get any value out of an Electrickery. But I guess that would require him to go Star and Electrickery on... Well, we'll see what he does this turn. That's going to dictate pretty much everything. So if he just passes with no land, no color source, then we can probably safely play Squadron Hawk. But no, he has a color source now, so we probably want Luminthread Field, and we'll hope that he doesn't have Condescent for 1. But he might do something this turn also. I think we go for Luminthread Field no matter what. Okay, he has a Prism as well. Okay. I'm a little confused by that, but because that means last turn he either had the Shores or the Prism. He didn't draw both. He drew 1 card for the turn, but he didn't play the Shores last time on his turn 2, which is probably better for him to do. Well, I guess no. I guess he was factoring in that he could draw Urza's Mine, and he just did. Yeah, I don't think we're winning this game. Maybe we next turn if he just taps out this turn, we can go Soul Warden, Squadron Hawk, Battle Screech. That's pretty good. All right. So we have some chances, but I don't think it's looking very good. We'll just have to see what happens. Well, we got to 80 life. We were close. This is Mole Drifter. Yep. So that's still not too bad because we can go Soul Warden, Squadron Hawk, Battle Screech. We gain 3 life off of that. We add 4 guys to the board, and we set ourselves up for a decent Fortify attack at some point. Now the only thing that he can do to wrath us is cast Rolling Thunder. I guess he could have 2 Electrikeries. Rolling Thunder is going to be harder to distribute. Yeah, we're just going to make this play. Rolling Thunder is going to be harder to distribute damage because across the creatures because of the boost in toughness. So it looks like things are good here. Maybe he's just waiting to counter the Battle Screech. I don't really know. So yeah, we can pick up the 4th Hawk. And now we will attempt this. So I think it ended up being correct to pitch Battle Screech. That worked out very well for us. We got a lot of redundant stuff in our hand. 2 Fortifies, two Hawks, and the 2nd copy of Battle Screech. But we're looking okay. I mean, if we attack him and he just blocks the Soul Warden or something, he still takes 12 damage if the Fortify resolves. So that's pretty good. I think we'll do it pre-combat though. Make sure it's gonna resolve. Uh-oh, something's happening. Lightning Bolt, okay. Now I'm not as interested in casting Fortify, but I think I'll probably do it. Unless I draw an untapped land, then I'll definitely play Battle Screech. So Lightning Bolt kind of signifies or implies that he doesn't have Rolling Thunder in hand. He can Rolling Thunder for a lot here. But he could just be chilling out, biding his time. So he has Lightning Bolt, so we know that we need to be worried about that. This could be Peregrine Drake, which actually doesn't do a ton here. Okay, it's a 2nd Mole Drifter. So we know that Fortify is open. We trade 2 Hawks and 6 damage for the Fortify, for the 2 Mole Drifters. I don't know. Is he going to get a Fengraph? That'll kind of factor in a little bit. Yeah, I don't love... Oh, and he's going to attack. That's weird. Okay. Yeah, so now we'll just Battle Screech. That seems like the best play we can make. And we won't attack because we'll only have 1 damage getting in, something like that. I guess we'd have 2 damage getting in, but it's still not worth it, I don't think. Alright, that's a pretty great looking board position, so hopefully this Fortify will do something. I'm a bit surprised, though pleasantly surprised, how useful Lumithread Field is in these strategies. Because most decks' answer to tokens is 1 toughness eradication effects. So Lumithread Field is a preemptive way to deal with that. It also just makes your board presence so much better against other creature strategies. So it's useful all around. The problem here is we're getting massacred by a huge amount of mana and card draw. Now, he's tapped all the way out. He tapped his Unknown Shores when he didn't need to. So now if this Fortify is going to be pretty strong. We hit him, I think, for 15. Yeah, I really like our position now. Depending on what he does with the rest of his turn. But that could end up being devastating. He's going to sack the map. So maybe he'll do something. He could be on his way to just hitting us with Rolling Thunder. I guess he doesn't have enough mana to really do that. So if he sacks the map and plays the land, he will have exactly 7 cards in hand. And that did not intentionally rhyme. That's just coincidence. A 3rd expedition map. Jeez. Okay, so still getting him down to 4 is going to be very good. And you know what? If he attacks us with a Mole Drifter, we can just block. Because we're going to trade the... Oh, no. Okay, but he's out of mana at this point. Because we're going to trade the bird for the Mole Drifter regardless, so I think we can just block. So I'd rather make the Fortify happen. I don't think the Lumathread... The Lumathread field is interesting, but I think I'd rather get him down to 4. And if he doesn't... If for some reason he just doesn't block, he loses. I don't think that'll happen. I don't think he has any reason to not block, so... Ooh. This is lethal. Wow. Wait, I want to make sure I'm doing this correctly. +2 +0. Yes. Well, okay, down goes another one. Yeah, game 1 we could have gotten our 100 life, but the opponent conceded just a little bit shy of that. We only made it to 80 life. I'm not sure if we would have been able to make 100 guys, though. That's a little more speculative. Anyway, guys, I think we're going to switch decks at this point and try and get some other achievements in some other ways. And thanks for watching. Hey guys, we're here in another round, and we're going to play first. This time we're playing with elves. We're going to try and gain 100 life with elves playing Well-Wishers and Essence Wardens and stuff. So, yeah, let's keep this hand. I think we're going to lead with Birchlore Rangers. I guess if he has a turn 1 removal spell... Yeah, no, we want Birchlore Rangers. It's going to accelerate us. Because next turn we can play Priest and then tap them both for Ranger. If I guess I could have played Ranger first, then land, Birchlore, and then made the Priest. So maybe the Quirion Ranger was better. It seems like it's better against turn 1 removal spell. Otherwise, I think they're about the same. We can still make the same play. Quirion Ranger into Priest. We're basically only playing around days right now. We want to get the Priest, and then Quirion Ranger gives us a ton of mana, so I guess we want both. And there's no way to play Priest without it getting countered. So I'll just play a Quirion Ranger. And that way we get something else if he has days. We still have the Quirion Ranger on the table. If I had led with Priest of Titania and he had days, there's no Quirion Ranger in our future. So this looks like straight up Delver, which is historically been a very strong matchup for elves, and our sideboard is set up in such a weird way that we actually have way too many cards to bring in for this matchup, even though it's already good. So the sideboarding is going to be very interesting. He did not flip, so it's just getting worse for him. This game 1 is going to be pretty fantastic for us. So there's a Ponder. So this is going to be even better because we're now going to definitely resolve Timberwatch Elf, and Timberwatch Elf plus Quirion Ranger is going to mess his life up. I mean, it's just really going to... Okay, so he's actually blue-black, so that's, you know, Gurmag Anglers and stuff. So it's a little bit of a different scenario. And we won't trade with the Delver. there's the Well-Wisher. So we can do it all. I'm just going to draw a card first. I mean, we're going to have no problem gaining mana. So I can make 4 mana, then I can make 9. 9, 10. And yeah, that's perfect. So we'll start with Well-Wisher. We'll untap this. Cast another Well-Wisher. Play our land. Make a Timberwatch Elf. And just attack. So, I don't think he's going to stay in the game very long, but we could potentially get to 100 life pretty quickly. I might even just not kill him to try and get to the 100 life at this point. I think to hit any of these achievements, we're going to have to start playing kind of wacky. So he does flip, but 3, 7 guys. So he's practically dead on board here. Yeah, I'm actually just not going to kill him if he stays in the game. I'll just attack with everything except the Well-Wishers, and I'll start trying to gain a bunch of life. Or maybe I don't even attack at all. We'll see. Does he have a delve creature? No. Well, might as well draw the card. Ooh, that's a good one. So yeah, we just play it. I'm not sure how much life this is, but it's a decent amount. Oh, he conceded. I wasn't gonna make a crazy attack, even though we had 3, 6, 9. So yeah, we had a lethal attack, but I wasn't gonna do it. Oh well. Alright, so actually I don't think there's much we bring in this matchup. He's probably got some kind of shrivel effect. So I think we want Spider Silk Armor. And deck with black removal is going to be killing creatures very often. So Priest of Titania, I think, is going to lose some of its luster. So we'll bring in Spider Silk Armor. This is not really foolproof against a Delve deck. What can happen is they can just turbo out their Delve creature before the relic does anything. So the timing of this effect is not, it doesn't line up all that well with the Delve strategy. Now I'm actually going to trim 1 Elvish Visionary for the 4th Spider Silk Armor, and I'm going to leave it like that. We're up a game. I don't want to cut any of my life gain because the goal is to try and get up to 100, but I'm not too sure that the opponent will stick around to let us do it. Alright, so we're going to be on the draw here. And another very keepable hand. And opponent keeps as well. Now, this hand does scoop them up pretty hard to shrivel. But what are you going to do? That is kind of comes with the territory when you're playing this deck. Sometimes you're just going to die to certain things. So next turn, I can Birchlore Rangers, other guy, and just hope that Shrivel doesn't get me. So I'm just going to play another Elf and see if it resolves. And now I'm going to try and cast the Birchlore Rangers and see if that resolves. Now I could play the Findhorn Elves, but I'm actually not going to, because if he has Shrivel, we have nothing we can do after that. So I'm gonna tone it down just a slight bit. We're gonna play a bit more conservative here. I wasn't sure if the Birchlore Rangers was gonna resolve, and since it did, I mean, we're still gonna get wrecked by a Shrivel. It's still a 3-for-1, but at least we won't be completely out of it if we draw a 2-drop or higher next turn. So we can just cast Fine Hornells and then Visionary after that, maybe. Okay, so what's going on here? Alright. So I'm thinking he's going to keep this, but we'll see. Yeah, he's keeping all that. It's pretty impressive how far ahead on mana Elves gets against most decks. Alright, he might be Evankar's Justice for us. Okay, we did end up drawing the land. So I could just play Visionary and Timberwatch Elf. Could also Distant Melody. No, I can't Distant Melody yet. Yeah, let's play Elvish Visionary and see what happens. If he counters it, I guess we don't really get anything. Because I don't think I want to play the Finehorn Elf. Alright, I'm just going to attack for 3. Okay, Delver. So he's got more counter spells where that came from, it looks like. Okay, so if he has a sweeper, he's playing into it with his own Delver. So I'm leaning more towards he does not have a sweeper now. Because Brainstorm might take a while. And is he gonna... So he is gonna cast a Scavenger here. So this is one way we can lose. If Delver flips and he's hitting us for 6 in the air, that is certainly one way we can lose. Now we have a Well-Wisher. So we can play Well-Wisher, Timberwatch Elf. That seems very good. Boom. Okay, so definitely evening the odds up a little bit. We can get in for a huge attack. We can now cast Distant Melody. Agony Warp. Okay, so that Timberwatch Elf's going down. Boom, boom. Or maybe he's going to take the Well-Wisher out. But he needs to do it before we untap. So who's he taking out? Oh, Nausea. That was pretty flippin' brutal. So I think I have to cast the... Wow, and he's got Agony Warp. Alright, I think I have to cast the Finhorn Elves. We're pretty screwed this game. So he did have... I said Shrivel, but Shrivel's the exact same thing as Nausea. I'm guessing he found that with the Brainstorm. Or maybe he was just waiting. And I do have the 4 copies of Spider Silk Armor. Yeah, this is painful. This is really painful. We have to make the Well-Wisher next turn, I think. I don't think we can afford to wait. Puts us to 2. Well, there's an Essence Warden. Okay, let's do that as well. So now I can survive the Agony Warp if I just leave the Timberwatch Elf alone. Mystical Teachings. That's probably not a good sign. Or maybe it's not Mystical Teachings. Okay, so yeah, just pump the Well-Wisher. That should let it survive. Yep. Okay. Good for us. But he might be doing another Nausea or something next turn. Okay, we might actually live now. If I get to untap, we might actually live. Okay, maybe not. This looks like Nausea. No, Ghastly Demise. That's also not too good for us. So we're going down to 3. Ooh, he's going to kill something else. Oh no, he's just going to make an Angler. That's really bad for us as well. That Well-Wisher was kind of our ticket to ride. Now I'm not sure what we can do. We can't even survive the attack in the air. We're not going to get to above 6. So here, yeah, it doesn't really do anything. Okay, that is game. Let's go to game 3. So he's playing Nausea, so that definitely vindicates our decision to play Spider Silk Armor. I also think Priest of Titania wouldn't have been too great, because it really would have just convinced us to flood the board even more. We might want the 4th Elvish Visionary to kind of refill against removal. So that means we probably cut either an expensive spell like Distant Melody or one of our early accelerators. And the difference between 7 Llanowar Elves and 8 is probably, fairly minimal, so I'll cut one of those. I don't think we want to necessarily cut a Distant Melody, but maybe it's correct. We definitely play first. And yeah, we keep this. We have the Spider Silk Armor. So if we can draw into a land for it, we might be good. So he goes to 6. Yeah, we cast this first, I believe. And what did he do with his mulligan? He put a card on top. Alright, that's a little frightening. Delver. Ponder. Okay. So that would be a reason to keep whatever hand he has. I don't think they have a lot of untapped black sources, so we can get a little risky here and play into the Nausea. Chance it rather. Okay, so I could go Essence Ward and Elves. Yeah, I think I like that because that can get me a guaranteed Spider Silk Armor next turn. And just generally doing more with the mana. Yeah, so if he has tapped land, I'm basically guaranteed Spider Silk Armor, which might win me the game. That would be cool. If he just has Thought Scour, tapped land or something, yeah. Exactly as I suspected. Most of his black sources are going to come into play tapped, so we have a good chance of making that work. So now we tap this, untap this, bounce this, and I can just hard cast a Spider Silk Armor and attack with all 3 creatures. Yeah, we can't get this on the table fast enough. Yeah, so now we just attack. Quirion Ranger doing a lot of work right now. Okay, so he mills away 2 lands. He's gonna kill something. So we have 4 mana. I could just double up on Elvish Visionary. If I draw a land, then I can obviously Visionary Timberwatch Elf. Or can I? Maybe I can't. I'm not sure. We actually get more mana overall from... So here, as much as it pains me, I have to get rid of the Essence Warden because the other guys are more useful. We actually get more mana out of missing the land because we're reusing it with the forest, with the Quirion Ranger. But we hit our land drop. Yeah, I think I'll just play Timberwatch Elf. While I can resolve it. And we get to activate it next turn, which could do a lot of damage. Potentially 5 creatures times 2 is 10. Well, we can only use this once during our turn, so we would have to draw a land for that to work, or a 1-drop. Okay, so he's probably making a Delve guy. If it's an Edict, I'll just get rid of the Quirion Ranger now. I think. Okay. That doesn't frighten me all that much. Oh, 2. Okay. Let me just think of this for a second. Quirion Ranger lets me double up on Timberwatch Elf. But Finehorn Elves just nets me mana regardless of if I hit a land or not. Maybe the Quirion Ranger just has more utility at the moment. And I'm more likely to draw into another Finehorn Elf variant than I am a Quirion Ranger, so I guess I'll do it. Okay, let's see what happens. Sylvan Ranger, so that could be good. But I think we want... Well, hang on. Sylvan Ranger gets me an island. No, okay. Not yet, not yet. Let's do this first. Another Spider Silk Armor. So I actually can't do anything right now. Except I can attack for 6. And replay my land. That seems okay. So pump this. Untap this. I guess it's 8. No, it's 7. Untap this. Pump this again. Attack for 7. Pretty decent. And then if he has some type of Agony Warp, I can untap the Timberwatch Elf once more. Three cards. Thought Scour. So there's one of his removal spells got milled. That's good. He's got a bunch of Chainer's Edicts. He's at least 2 turns away from that. So, what's in his hand? Maybe a Nausea that he can't really use, a Delve creature, and a counterspell or something. There's the Delve creature. Oh no, he's got 2 Nauseas. Alright, so I'll wait until he casts the second one. So now we're only losing the Elvish Visionary. Which is not very useful anyway. We are losing our some ability to use mana, but ooh, a second Quirion Ranger. I don't think I want to cast that this turn. Though I guess that's a lethal attack at that point that he has to block. But then all my lands go back to my hand. He could have a ghastly demise. So I think I'll just... Is getting a guaranteed land better than drawing a card? Might be. Yeah, I think getting a guaranteed land's better than drawing a card here. Well, I'm going to be bouncing the forest back to my hand, so that kind of doesn't matter. So I guess I'll just draw a card. Okay. So we'll make the same, basically the same exact play we just made last time, which is attack for 7, or attack as a 3/4 and kill the Sultai Scavenger. I guess if he had Ghastly Demise, he would have killed the Timberwatch Elf, so maybe I could have just okay, he concedes the match. Alright, we were not even close to achieving any achievements, but we did win yet another match, so can't be too upset about that. The Elves deck is really something. I mean, again, it gets so far ahead on mana within the first 2 turns of the game that a lot of other decks, particularly in Game 1, are going to have some serious problems with it. Now, as you saw in Game 2, you basically set yourself up for pretty devastating wrath effects a decent amount of the time. So normally I'd actually play main deck Spider Silk Armor, but since we're trying to get the gain 100 life achievement, I replaced those with the Essence Wardens. So that's something to consider too. You know, how many decks are removal heavy, damage based, or minus X effects. Those are kind of things to consider when playing this deck, but we're not going to consider anything right now because we are going to move right along. So thank you guys very much for watching. Welcome guys, we're back. This is Dime a Dozen number 100, and we're playing basically the stupidest deck I've played in a very long time. We're just all in on life gain now to try and achieve our goals. We're playing first. Yeah, we're going to keep and probably going to cycle this. But this is basically what our deck does. So, see what the opponent's doing. If he's a very controlling type of deck or even a combo deck, we're probably just going to get obliterated. But if he's something creature based, we might be okay. So I think 4 lands is the most our deck ever really wants. Red, so that's probably a good sign for us. Yeah, this is this is the absolute best case scenario. I don't think we're gonna end up getting to 100, but what we are gonna do is just absolutely obliterate this matchup, which is kind of funny. So let's see what we draw. It looks like he's just burned. Yeah. So we're gonna play both of our guys, get things going. It's the same amount of damage on the board, and it just sets up best case scenario for us for future turns, particularly if he plays a Keldon Marauders, but might be a Curse of the Pierced Heart or something. Yeah. Okay, so, and even after board, we have 2 copies of Rune of Protection Red, which will be game over. Alright, so we're gaining 6 this turn. So I'm just going to play the Secluded Steppe. We don't really have enough lands right now to cycle it, so... Wow, this worked out perfectly for us. I mean, this is unbelievable. We've made this guy's life a living hell. And this match won't be very long, so yeah, I think we'll just play it. Almost
100% of our deck is life gain, so I don't see how we can lose this matchup. This is the one matchup that I think we're exceptional at. Yeah, so he just has to kill all our guys. Okay, that works too. So I'll go ahead and play Lone Missionary and then try and bounce it. So that's gaining 8 life this turn. That seems rather good. That's worth about 3 of his cards. This is pretty much the worst nightmare of any burn player. This is the kind of thing that you only hear about in myths and legends, and then one day it actually happens in real life. Okay. Turn 4 kill. Alright, let's go to our sideboarding. It's not really a lot to take out. I guess we can lose these ineffective battle screeches and play Rune of Protection. And we could play Scorn to try and kill a curse, but I don't even think that's necessary. So I think that's about all we need to do. Honestly, I think we could probably get through this match even without boarding those in. The rune, in theory, is more geared towards Nivik Cyclops, which can kill before our life gain kicks in and does anything, and a Tog, which is the same deal. The kind of creatures that can kill with a huge amount of damage, a huge swing. Yeah, we kind of just lucked out here. We won the lottery in terms of matchups, and this hand is unbelievable. So we'll keep being just unbelievable. Look at this tech. I mean, this deck is anti-burn deck. That's what this is. Here we go. Doing it again, guys. Man, the hits just keep on coming. Every draw is super live. This is a counter spell for his Lava Spike that also also creates a 1/1. So that's pretty good. And then this just turns off his entire deck, so. But we're not even going to cast that yet. I'm going to try and set up here. Okay, there's a curse. So we're safe to cast this first. It probably eats a Searing Blaze, but if it lives, then we get more value out of everything else that we do. And if we miss a land on turn 3, we can Skyfisher the Plains and play a Sanctifiers. So yeah, we'll play the Attendant, the Secluded Steppe. We haven't seen any of our life gain lands yet. That's a bit of an outlier there. And we just get free value once we do see them. So yeah, oh, I thought that was going to be Searing Blaze for sure. Oh, Radiant Fountain. So what's the safest play we can make? Because I think it'd be kind of embarrassing to just lose here. Well, we're gonna gain 7 life this turn if we just play one Sanctifier. So I think I'll go Sanctifier Augur. Actually, it'll be 9 if the Soul's Attendant lives, which it's looking like it will. Man, this is I'm considerably amused by all of this, I have to say. So stupid. Alright. So we can stop on my turn. Though I don't think I'm even going to sack that. We're at a healthy life total here. Nope. I mean, we do have to kill him eventually. We can't just sit here. Maybe I'll play Rune this turn. Because I don't really want to block this. But I also don't want to take the damage. I guess we could take the damage. It's not that big of a deal. Yep, we're not going to do that. So now I can do both. And have a mana up. So I'm going to play Rune and Sanctifiers and leave up 1 mana. Sanctifier, not Sanctifiers. And then this guy gets through because he has Shadow. I guess this guy is in exile. According to his flavor text. So, start here. We're not gonna throw the knife into his heart until the very end of the turn by playing the Rune. Okay, so this is pretty much a done deal now. Okay, we'll just Rune that. We're still going to 19 by the time we untap, but that's okay. Then I'll bounce the Sanctifier next turn after attacking, unless he just leaves this guy back. 3 mana, 2 mana. Okay. Well, that's a decent amount of damage that we are taking, but still not a huge problem, I don't think. We're going to 20, then 18, and then we're going back up to 21 with a Rune activation available to us. Yeah, that seems fine. And more planes means more ways to activate Rune, which is good. He's out of cards, so we can just kind of do this at our leisure. And we can start using the Rune on the curses, at least one, because we don't have many 4-drops in the deck. And if we do, we can obviously cast it, so I don't think we have any way to draw extra cards, so our turn is pretty much limited to doing one thing now. Well, I guess Skyfisher is also. Okay, we'll take that. Maybe I shouldn't have. Okay, we'll just prevent this. And bolt, yeah, that resolves. You can't prevent damage to your guys. Alright, so we actually turn off auto yields. We'll prevent 1. And oops, choose a source, right. And now we'll let it go. We'll let this one go in case I draw a 4-drop or a Skyfisher. Didn't, but it's no big deal because Missionary is good enough. I mean, this is one of the silliest matches of all time. This might be the best matchup win percentage in the format. This deck I built literally 2 minutes ago. Okay, so we'll just prevent that. No reason to take a free damage when we can avoid it. Bolt to the face. I have a feeling he's probably going to concede after this. If he's just throwing away his cards, then I'm guessing he's going to bow out. Or type something insane. I'm waiting. I know the chat's coming. Oh, maybe not. I was waiting for the massive insult. Okay. Okay. I'll take one. So I can't see any way we lose from here. And now we can prevent both. We have enough mana to also play a 4-drop. In case you're wondering, I call this deck Healing Salve for obvious reasons. We'll go left to right just to clarify for myself so I don't do it twice. I think it worked. Yeah. Cool. More lands, but that's not going to be an issue. Bring on the lands, I say. So he's going to get rid of a guy. Okay. So it looks like we're never going to go below 22. But we're also nowhere near 100. And I'm willing to trade a Sanctifier for a Neonate. Didn't I choose the source? There we go. Oh, now I don't even have to. I forgot these were in the deck. Okay, perfect. Block this. I mean, he might block and just... Oh, I guess he can't. He needs to draw a card, or he needs to have a card in hand to use that. Alright. So this is looking incredible. And he's at 3, so he actually has to leave us back on defense. Okay. Now he's just dead on board, so if he draws a burn spell, he has to kill a guy. Alright. That was one of the most ridiculous things ever. Thank you guys very much for watching. Alright everybody, we're gonna do one last match for this 100th installment of Dime a Dozen, and we're playing first. We're gonna keep this hand. As you can see, we've switched off to the boogeyman of the format currently, which is blue-red control that tops off with the Peregrine Drake infinite combo, and we'll see how it does. Looks like we're playing against elves, so that could be something. We're going to want to try and find some removal. Don't really want more card draw or more lands, so I'm going to bottom both. We got so much card draw and selection. Somehow we drew the 4th Mole Drifter anyway. We're really lucky that our opponent did not start with an accelerator, but now that Birchlore Rangers is around, it's basically the same difference. And I think we're just going to have to play Seagate Oracle. I think we're really far behind here, but maybe we can find a couple removal spells and get stuff going. Now this is no good at all. So actually probably better not to take the tapped land, but maybe the life will be relevant. So this is a problem. This guy's going to get really big. We don't have a ton for this matchup, actually. We have 2 electrickeries and maybe some more removal. So we either win by sweeping or comboing off most of the time, but this is real bad for us. And Elves is actually, I mean, having played it for these videos and also having played it recently elsewhere, it's just a very explosive deck, maybe the most explosive deck in the format, and it's probably underplayed right now. I think we need to kill the Elvish Vanguard with the Bolt and probably just draw 2 cards, but I guess I'll draw the 2 cards first, just in case there's some reason I want to switch some things up. But yeah, we're in a pretty tight spot here, guys. Okay. So let's just do this now. He's got all the mana in the world, so Distant Melody is definitely coming. Our hope is going to be to try and just survive with blockers long enough that we can find our combo. And I'm playing less combo pieces than other people. I don't know if that's correct. Probably not correct. But we'll see how it goes. He's probably found a forest and a 1-drop here. Hopefully not Aquarian Ranger, because then he can just keep going. Okay. So I may just want to leave up some counter spells. No, I think we want to just, at this point, he's got so much he can do. Our only chance is finding combo pieces, and that's one of them. Not going to attack. So now I can Archaeomancer a Bolt if he plays Timberwash Elf and kill that, so we don't just lose. We're not in a horrible spot. We're in a bad spot, though. I may now take the opportunity next turn to preordain and leave up double counter, depending on what he does. It's all based on what he's doing. We would want to counter some more okay, he's casting a Distant Melody. No, he's casting, yeah, so that guy needs to die too. We drew a Flame Slash though, so I could just preordain, Flame Slash, leave up some counters. I think I'm okay with that. There's a Drake. I don't think we need 2 Archaeomancers, we just need the 1. So now we Flame Slash this, and we might be in a good position to win this game, which is pretty insane. I don't need to deal any damage. I do need to move a little faster on the clock because to combo off is going to take a lot of time, and if we are trying to hit 100 of something, that's just going to, we might risk timing out. So he's going for another Hunt Master. We definitely don't want to see that, so okay, so next turn I have Peregrine Drake, and I can get Archaeomancer. I can get something back with Archaeomancer, maybe preordain to try and find our combo. And I can leave up Counterspell. So that seems like our line, and we might be okay with that. Seems like he's, yeah, he's the one taking up time, not us. The other thing is, as long as our time, we also have to kill this Essence Warden for 1, but that will happen just as a product of us comboing off. We almost have to play just like a demon if we're planning to get 100 mana. So we don't have Tron lands. That probably would have been a better choice for this particular goal. At this point, I think I'm basically willing to time out if it means making 100 mana. And we're just waiting on this guy. There's nothing wrong with your video player of choice. We're just sitting here. So I don't know. I mean, opponent probably just disconnected or is double queuing or something. Elves seems like a reasonable deck to double queue with. Well, you know what? Actually, let me take that back. Elves is deceptively decision intensive, and it's really easy to make suboptimal plays with it. So I don't think it would actually be the best choice for double queuing. I actually do think it's a considerably strong choice in terms of competing. And there's a Rolling Thunder, so now we just need to find Ghostly Flicker, and we definitely have this. So things have changed around in a pretty crazy way. I'm going to pick up Preordain with the Archaeomancer, and I'm just going to leave up Counterspell. And I'm going to pass the turn. And I think we can probably start attacking with some number of guys because we need to try and speed this along. Now, he might be able to go insane next turn. The one thing that is helping us a little bit is that he does have 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, but he doesn't have a lot else going on. So we can just counter this and probably be safe to try and dig for, we're going to get a look at 5 cards here, 6 if you count the card we draw, and even more now. So I think the game is over here. We don't need that. We're just specifically looking for Ghostly Flicker at this point. So, and there it is. So this should work. I'm gonna play the mountain because I want to try and make this a little bit faster. And it will be... Anyway, I was going to say it's going to be faster if we attack first, but at this point... Oh yeah, we also need to kill that guy. Shoot, hang on. I'm going to probably not talk as much because we need to do this. It might be better to try and draw some cards here, but I need to generate mana first and foremost, I think. So that's what I'm going to do. Yep. So now we have a little bit of leeway that we can draw some cards now. Because I'd like to find a removal spell to kill with. And this is going to be insane because we also have to try and make 100 mana. I just want to kill the Essence Warden so we don't have to worry about the trigger so often, but we'll get there. And we're just going to run out of so much time. It seems like our opponent's not F6ing or anything either. Come on now. Oops. I could be doing this faster, that's for damn sure. Yeah, we're gonna have a huge problem if we try to get to 100 because this is taking way too long. I think my connection is a little bit slow too. Okay. So continue to try and do this. At this point I have another Ghostly Flicker in hand, so I could just pick up Flame Slash from the yard. Maybe I'll just do that. It's gonna be faster. I should have thought of that, but I'm a little silly. So Flame Slash. Kill that. And now we just make a bunch of mana.
hopefully. I mean, based on how much time is being taken, we have to get up to... Yeah, this was really bad of me. We have to get up to like 1,000,000 mana here. It might be faster just to... Well, let's see what happens. It might be faster just to wipe his board and then constantly attack. That's 9. But we'll see. This is taking a really long time. It's probably not very fun to watch either. Okay, I'm gonna do it one more time. I honestly think we're gonna abandon everything because this is a really long combo here. So what I'm gonna do instead is, yeah, let that resolve. I'm just gonna hard cast this. Jeez. And I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's it. And I'm just gonna kill by attacking him. This is taking way too long. I think we have a better option here. So we're abandoning all the achievement attempts. It's just gonna take way too damn long, so sure. This guy, I think we'll just counter. We have another counter in hand. I really don't think he can win, so I'm just gonna kind of power through everything here. We have another counter spell. We have Ghostly Flicker for days. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Alright, it's gonna be faster just to draw the cards this way. Alright, he has no place. That's really odd. I'll save the bolt here. I'll draw 2 cards, even though it might be better to Seagate Oracle. Okay, so let's just front load everything and then attack them. We'll do everything up front, is what I mean by front load. Seagate Oracle, waiting on opponents, yes. I'll take the Flame Slash, okay. And we'll just speed through our attacks. We're going to pitch the Is It Boiler Works. So we've completely abandoned the whole point of this series right now. It's kind of funny. I don't even think I'm going to be Ghostly Flickering anymore. I think I'll just bolt and continuously attack. It's going to take way too long. I'm really glad we won this first game, though. Firebolt. Yeah, my connection's really screwed up. Not my connection, my computer's just being slow. It's been on basically all day. At this point, I think I'm actually just fine not even playing anything else. I'll just play my land and keep bashing. We're attacking for 9 a turn, so we should get him in about 3 more swings. I can also Thunder for 2. Yeah, I think we may just want to counter this.
because it's the only thing that can get big enough for Flame Slash to not kill. So that's fine. So actually, we'll just Firebolt it. I think it's probably correct to get back Rolling Thunder after this, because I think we can kill him next turn. Thunder for 9. Yeah. So we'll just pick it back up. We'll abandon the... Oh, that sucks. Okay. So I think he's still gonna lose. Sure. So he goes up to 18. I think it's just enough. But just in case, I'll go ahead and get the Rolling Thunder and kill his team anyway. Where is it? He goes up to... Ooh, gets to draw a card. Alright, I'll just bolt the this guy. I guess I could have bolted him as well, but it's kind of a time issue at this point. So we can do 9. I mean, I could have played the land, but honestly, the way my computer is just grinding through everything, I'd rather do it this way. And I'm not even going to play the lands. So he should be dead here. Yeah, I'm making tons of mistakes. Let's not even beat around the bush here. Okay, so we chose the the spikier path of just trying to win the game as opposed to trying to unlock the achievement, which is kind of, well, say what you will about that. Dispel we don't want. Electrickery we do. We definitely want Harvest Pyre and Curse of Chains as well. The counter spells are just not a great angle of attack because we don't really want to sit back and leave up counters. I think this is probably what we want. You can make a case for Pyroblast, but I don't think you can make that great of a case. And then I was considering Spreading Seas, but he has so many creatures that create green, and he also wants blue mana a decent amount of the time, so we could potentially be helping him. So let's just try and get through this match as quickly as we can, wrap up this series of videos. It's not looking like we're going to achieve much of anything. I'll keep my eye on our clock just to see if it's possible to combo off and not just throw the match. Let's go ahead and mulligan this, and we can keep this. 2 removal spells, I like that. He mulliganed to 6. We're going to keep the 3rd removal spell as well. Let's see what he did with, he put his on top too. Okay, so not even a guy yet, but no big deal there. We'll leave up our Lightning Bolt, because he might play 2 guys here. If he just plays an Elvish Visionary, Lumen Threadfield, yep, that's going to resolve. It's not great for us, but at least we aren't sitting on an Electrickery right now. Okay. So if he plays Birchlore, I'll respond with the Bolt. So for now, I'll just Bolt. There's a chance we untap and draw Accumulated Knowledge, and we might want to cast that just right away to try and get some lands, but in this case we'll do it this way and try and get some lands. So that was another good reason to now with Boiler Works we can potentially combo off a little faster. As you saw, we also drew the Electrickery, which is kind of dead right now, but if we draw 2, then maybe we're okay. And the slower he is with this, the better off we'll be. But this isn't all that slow. He's gonna. So I think here we definitely kill the Birchlore Rangers. I think I don't use the bolt. And we'll deal with the Essence Warden soon enough. But for now, I'd rather do this to slow him down. Essence Warden's annoying, but it's not as scary as the other options. Okay, so that's not too bad for us. I'm just going to try and speed things along here. Okay. So now I have double. That might be better than just... I'm not sure. Is that better than... Because there are some things that Flame Slash will be the only thing capable of killing at this point. Definitely casting Peregrine Drake. I don't know what else I'm doing after that. I could just go Peregrine Drake, Flame Slash, and Archaeomancer the rest. Is that 5? I can't tell. I think that's all of our lands. So that seems a little better. And just get a Flame Slash back and save the Archaeomancer for a rainy day, so to speak. Well, that's not what I meant to say. Basically, we have everything on board so that if we draw Ghostly Flicker, we can combo. Or we can make infinite mana. So, this is kind of interesting. I guess I'll Seagate. Well, if I Seagate, I don't know if I can't double Electrickery, but I can just find... I can do more this turn, and I can find more stuff to work with. So I think I'll get the Preordain because I can do more this turn and just compound my lead. Yeah, I think I'll take Muldrifter, but not... So we might actually win just by beating him down right now. And if he wants to block the Essence Warden, I'm willing to Trickery it. I think I'll wait on it. I think I want to get more bang for my buck, so to speak. Okay, so he's sitting on a bunch of 3-drops and a bunch of 4-drops. I'm going to attack now. Yeah, it looks like we might be able to just steal the game. There's a lot of potential for things to go wrong too. Don't get it twisted. But for now, we're looking okay. There's a Firebolt. I think I'm gonna hang on to it still. Yeah, so he's gonna cast... Oh, I thought he was gonna Timberwatch. He might be sitting on Prismatic Strands or something weird. I'm just gonna let the Essence Warden live. Maybe that's not correct. Alright, let's just go for it now. He chose not to block. Yeah, he's got something going on. Okay. At least we got that out of the way. So I can actually just recast this. It's not the best play though. If he has Timberwatch Elf, we really want to have enough stuff to kill that. So be a little bit more disciplined. I need to hit auto yields. Ooh, look what I found. So yeah, I think we got this game. We just need to destroy here. Okay. So what I think I'll do next turn, Firebolt the Warden. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm just gonna F6. I guess I could flicker here, but I'd rather... Ooh, we even have the... Alright, I think we actually have enough time here to get 100 mana. It's gonna take 10 minutes, but I think we might be able to do it. What do you guys think? Is it possible? Whoa, he could have double blocked the Archaeomancer right there and killed my Archaeomancer. Wow, we are really playing fast and loose with the rules here. Alright, let's see what we can do in, and the Karoo's definitely gonna help a lot. Oh no! Ah! I didn't untap the lands. I think we're still gonna win though. Wow, that was silly. Alright, so I'm just gonna tap everything and try this again. That was hilarious. Oh goodness, my mouse is so slow. My computer's so slow right now. We have 10 minutes. How much mana can I make? Well, it depends if I click through everything or not. Alright, I think we can do this, guys. 100 mana. Are you guys in? All we have to do is make mana. One, two, three, four, five. Alright, guys, I think this is happening. That's 14. I'm trying to go faster. My computer is seriously slow right now. I swear, it's not me, I swear. Alright, here we go. Oh man, the mouse. It's so inaccurate and clumsy. Alright, I'm gonna stop complaining though. Gotta keep an eye on the clock too. I mean, this is going so slow. I'm generating, what, 3 mana a turn? I don't know if we can do it, guys. I'm gonna basically go until our time is just about out. If I can do it within us having a minute left, then I'll do it. But if we get down to a minute, I'm just gonna go for the victory because I really don't feel like losing in such a absurd fashion. So we'll see how much mana we can make. Getting a little better at this. It's just the mouse trying to traverse the screen a bit is being a little weird. Okay, I'm getting into the swing of things here. 19. So we basically just need to do 5 times what we've done. Just about. A lot of clicking here. Lots of clicking. If you guys haven't played this deck, let me just tell you firsthand, this is an inside scoop. You got tons of clicking involved. What is 13 plus 19? That seems like a lot of mana. $12 plus 17. Well, it would help for me to be able to do math to know if I have 100 mana. Oh, come on. 14 plus 21, that's 35. Alright, this is happening. I think we're going to do it, guys. We're going to achieve something. If I can stay focused. We're going to achieve one achievement. It's really hard to screw up from here in terms of like skipping something because I have enough mana to just loop it anyway. I think the main way we screw up is if I somehow don't click on Ghostly Flicker or don't click on the Archaeomancer, but I really don't see that happening. Okay. I can miss the Drake trigger all day like I did last turn. That was kind of silly. Shoot. 17 plus 27. So we're in like the 40s. Okay, we're at about 50. We might already be at 50. And we got time to spare here. I didn't get it? What the hell? It's a little mountain hiding. 20 plus 30 is 50. That's a halfway mark. And we're ahead of schedule here. Because I think we started with about 10 minutes on the clock. I could be wrong. I think we can do this, guys. I'm going to try and be faster. Oh, shoot. The thing that gets me is using the clicking the mana symbols, I think. Yep, that's 50. This is 56. Come on! It's that little mountain in the back, I think. Keeps screwing me up. 56. So we're going up by 6 each time, which makes sense. It's the 4 basics and the Karoo. Damn it, I gotta make this happen. So this means 62 or something. Oh, I'm not taking into account that we subtract 2 each time, or subtract 3 each time. So I don't know how much we go up by 6, we spend 3 of it and go up by 6 again, something like that. 25 plus 37, that looks pretty high. I guess that's still just the 60s, huh? Well, I don't know how many of you are even gonna watch this silliness, but we're definitely getting silly here, because this is part of the deal. This is the conceit of this installment, is try and do something 100 times. Okay, we got the 5-minute warning going. Oh shoot! There's got to be a way to automatically just spend red on that. I don't know what it is, but I have to assume that something about that. Okay, we're going into the 70s. I think we can do this. It would be kind of lame to just like abort at the last minute, but I'll take the victory and the like moral victory of knowing I could have gotten there mana wise over the actual loss trying to do it. Okay. Alright, we're in the 70s. 77. This is sick. Alright. I think this is gonna work. That's funny. Our last attempt ends up being the one most likely to get us there. And then of course we'll only hit him for 14. I don't think we have time to like click that much damage. Also on top of getting the mana. This is 77. The part I'm most impressed with is that I can just run my mouth the entire time while doing this and not run out of things to say. I'm just a motor mouth that way, it appears. But part of that has been doing this these videos and this gameplay for so long that I've definitely conditioned myself to be able to do that. It's not necessarily a natural ability that people can just innately possess, though I'm sure some people can. For me, it was not initially all that easy to do. There was definitely a learning curve. I wasn't bad at it, I don't think. I actually used to commentate games of StarCraft that were played in South Korea. The games were played, I just commented from here in California over the internet. But what I'm saying is, I remember my commentary at that was not particularly spectacular, and that was part of the learning experience. For anyone who's wondering, which I'm sure none of you are. But anyway, we're almost there. 59 plus 36 has got to be in the 90s at this point. And I think we're just about ready to do this. We might even have time to deal 100 damage with this Rolling Thunder. So, 60. Okay, I think we're just short a little bit. I think this is actually the last one we need to do. So we actually are going to have time to do both. We can deal 100 damage, make 100 mana. And yeah, that looks like 100 to me. I'm not positive. 60, 90, yeah, it's like 101. Oh my god. I think we're going to get there. Alright, we're dealing 100 damage, guys. We've made 100 mana. I think we've made 101 mana. Boom. Now I have to click all of these. Oh, jeez. So much clicking. But we got plenty of time to make it happen, so He should be at negative 86 by the time this is done, I think. And we're going to just barely get there. Just keep on clicking. Don't look back. Alright, guys, this is officially an achievement unlocked. 100 mana, 100. I have to pay 1? I'm short. Oh my god. Okay, now we actually don't have time to do 100 damage. I was short 1. My math is so terrible. So now we can't even afford to do that. Alright. Okay, so we've made 100 mana officially. Holy hell. But I don't think I have time to do 100 damage. I'm sorry, guys. Epic fail. Epic fail. This is so funny. Alright, so we at least get away with the victory. I miscounted by 1 mana. So sad. So incredibly sad. But as you can see, I'm laughing regardless. I had a great time recording this match, and actually all the matches had something special about them. By some fluke of nature, we were undefeated through the whole thing. I think with just a little bit of serendipity for this occasion. For those of you who have followed this series and who have supported me over any stretch of time, whether you're a new viewer or you've been here for years at this point, I really want to give you guys all a sincere thank you. It's been spectacular. We're going to keep doing these. I don't know that we're going to be able to do 100 more of them. That's going to take an incredibly long amount of time. You never know what's going to happen in life, so that, maybe that will happen. But when it's all said and done, I want to thank you all very much for tuning in to this 100th installment of That's right, Dime a Dozen.